literally billions of observations over thousands of years show that life only comes from life. This fact is so greatly supported by the data that there's a scientific law named after it called the law of biogenesis.
Oh, that's not actually a law of nature. It's commonly called the law of biogenesis, but that's kind of a misnomer. It was first coined by Louis Pasteur, and he was refuting the idea of spontaneous generation of flies from rotting meat. This was in no way meant to refute any kind of natural development of life.
Now, this is a law of biology and basically states that the only way to get life is from previous life. What's even more amazing is that even after all of the technology and knowledge that has been acquired since the scientific revolution, humans have still been unable to create life in the laboratory. The last major attempt to create life in the lab was the Miller-Urey experiment, and that was over 50 years ago and ended up being a complete failure.
That is completely wrong. The goal of the Miller-Urey experiment was to show that simple organic molecules can form from simple chemical reactions. Considering this goal, the Miller-Urey experiment was a smashing success and advanced our understanding of abiogenesis. We have also been able to show in the lab that these simple organic molecules can also self-organize. We are constantly getting a better understanding of abiogenesis.
Even though French scientist Louis Pasteur disproved spontaneous generation in the 1800s, atheists are stuck 200 years in the past due to their relentless faith that God doesn't exist.
First of all, atheists don't have faith that God doesn't exist. We just don't believe in any gods due to a lack of evidence that any gods exist. Second, Louis Pasteur did disprove spontaneous generation, but that's a magical religious idea, not a scientific one.
Ooh, self-burn. Those are rare.
So, atheists are not the ones that are stuck 200 years in the past.
See, both Christians and atheists believe in miracles, because both of us believe that the laws of nature were violated sometime in the past. The only difference is that atheists have to rely on magic to overcome this reality. As a Christian who believes in a supernatural being who has power over these laws, aka God,
Atheists are not the ones that rely on magic. I'm really not even sure what that could mean. Honestly, it just kind of seems like this guy's trying his best to be an asshole at this point. And he can't seriously think that a supernatural being that has control over nature isn't magical. That seems like it's practically the definition of magic. The magic, I guess, would be the natural processes that explain how life can arise from non-organic materials. That is the exact opposite of magic. However, a god man sneezing on some dirt to create humans is definitely magical shit.
I have a valid mechanism for how the laws of nature could have been suspended in the past. And that's why I would encourage all atheists watching this to stop believing in magic and instead follow the evidence and accept that a God exists who has power over this universe.
No, he doesn't have a valid mechanism. A supernatural godman sneezing on some dirt to create humans or controlling other laws of nature is not a valid mechanism. It's literally drawing a cloud in the air, writing magic on it, and claiming that that explains everything. Atheists follow the evidence, and the evidence shows that natural processes do not require some supernatural intervention in order for them to work. That's what the evidence shows. I implore anyone who's not following the evidence to do exactly that. Follow the evidence.